Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to BBallBreakdown. A pretty exciting game between Michigan State and Virginia, and while it was an upset, I'm not so sure you can claim that that's what it is because Michigan State has been perennially so good in the tournament for so many years. I heard on the TV that if you had played for all 4 years under Tom Izzo, you were pretty much guaranteed a Final Four appearance until last year. So up until very recently, they've had tremendous success, and they certainly know playing in the Big Ten how to go against Virginia and against a good team. So a couple things I want to isolate. First of all, this guy Trice on Michigan State was terrific and hit a lot of tough shots. So let's go through how he got those. And remember, it's always important when you're playing against a good team in the tournament to have a really big performance, particularly from the backcourt. The other thing was Virginia was really terrible from the three-point line. So let's find out whether or not those shots were good or was it Michigan State forcing those misses. First off, if you can push the pace for an open three-point shot, I'm all for it. Check out the hockey stop through the legs, then calmly gathers himself for the good look at three. After making his first 4 shots from the field, Trice is officially in big head mode, and this is simply a heat check from 25 feet out. Hard to argue with this defender going underneath the screen that far out, but you can't give this guy anything. Trice also gets the benefit of great Spartan defense. On this attempted split of the pick and roll, the ball is tipped out and Trice lets the defender fly by on this nice finger roll. Down the stretch, Michigan State never let Virginia get too close, and watch the defense on this initial floppy set. Perfect position on both the cutters coming off down screens, nice double the post and rotation down to the weak side block. On the kick out, the defense gets right back in position. As the clock winds down, Trice calls for an isolation, and look at this series. He does another hockey stop, but instead of pulling up for 3, he crosses over into the lane. There is no help because of the spread offense, and another long jab with the right foot catches his defender trying to recover. A simple pull-up off the hop rips the net. And again, after the Virginia defense shut down the initial attack of the offense, Michigan State relied on Trice isolating out top. Rather than try and break his man down, he tries a quick pull-up from about 25 feet and just nails it. Now, let's look at the three-point shooting by Virginia. Michigan State held them to 2 for 17 shooting, and let's see how much the defense had to do with it. This is great defense on the pin down with the screener's man stepping up to help until the cutter's man can recover. However, watch how they help one pass away. A simple pass back to the top gets them a decent look, the defender does an excellent job to recover, and they miss the shot. Watch the defense on this pick and roll as they high hedge with the weak side big man stepping over to help on the roll man. Part of the issue is that Virginia's other big man was too close to the action, allowing the help in the first place. Virginia is able to get the point guard underneath the elbow screen, enabling a curl. But again, spacing issues as Virginia has a big man in the way and a cutter bringing his defender over to the same side. Finally, they catch Michigan State trailing the cutter and they get a great look but can't hit. More good pick and roll defense as the screener's man hedges high and the ball handler's man slides over underneath. However, as the ball swings to another pick and roll, the ball handler's man switches while the hedger tries to get back. Big miscommunication, and while there is a bit of a recovery, this was also a good look. Michigan State again plays terrific defense to stop the initial action, but Virginia doesn't stop playing and working. Watch how this left side pick and roll sucks in help from one pass away while Virginia sets a flare screen on him. An easy pass to the corner gets them a great shot. This time, they get into an early action with a curl and watch the point guard break to the weak side immediately for the flare screen. Gets him a wide open shot that he just can't hit. More great pick and roll defense. Again, because Virginia has a non-threat at the elbow, it allows his man to help shadow the roll. Because of all their hard work on defense, it's forced the Cavaliers to take up a lot of time on the shot clock. Watch the spacing on the drive. Because both players for Virginia move into the same line, the Spartans can help one pass away and allow the perimeter player to shadow 2 offensive players at the same time. The clock becomes their enemy, and the Virginia has to burp up a tough shot. The Cavaliers like to run their guards away from the ball, then break right back off a weak side screen. Michigan State's guard should have stayed closer to the midline, but instead comes too far over and gets rubbed off of the screen, allowing the dreaded middle penetration. When they rotate over and down, an easy pass to the corner gets them another great look from 3. More flare screen action. This time the Spartans get stuck kind of helping one pass away, and the flare screen gets them another wide open look from 3. Here's my favorite. On the baseline out of bounds, watch how the cutter looks like he wants to cross screen, then just turns around and runs through the elevator doors. Unfortunately, the screeners got staggered a bit, not next to each other, allowing room for Michigan State to slip between the cracks and contest this shot. More early offense as Virginia fakes the down screen and pops back out. This completely catches the defense out of position, and they even get a decent look, but Michigan State is there to recover on the contest. As the game got down to the wire, watch Michigan State take away middle penetration and really frustrate the offense. There was plenty of time on the shot clock, yet the Cavaliers stopped moving the ball on this ISO and jacked up a contested 3. And with the game slowly moving out of reach, Michigan State contains the pick and roll, and while the cutter's man gets stuck behind the inside ball screen, the screener's man steps out with an excellent contest, and the Cavaliers never get over the hump. So there you have it, sports fans. A very interesting battle of wills between the Spartans and the Cavaliers. And certainly Coach Bennett cannot hang his head on the shots that they got. They certainly got a number of three-point shots out of their offense in rhythm with good looks they couldn't knock down. And in a 6-point game, one of those changes the complexion pretty closely and pretty clearly. So great effort, but again, when you have a really good defense, you wear the offense out a bit, and so sometimes those open shots don't feel so open when you have such consistent effort on the defensive end. But nothing to hang your head about, Virginia fans, because it was a great season and some really good offense being run. Well, thanks for joining us. Lots more coming up on both the NCAA and NBA fronts, so don't miss a minute of it here or on our .com. And don't forget, at BBallBreakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?